Morning, Enrico.
Morning, Slupeka.
Hi, how are you?
All right, thanks yourself.
Good, I'm good, I'm good. No, listen, there's those documents that I forwarded you this morning, né? That I forwarded to members this morning.
The last one, the
Last
final
one.
one.
Yes, so that one at least we must, yeah, it's the one that we'll be using, eh?
Okay, because I got so confused with all these documents
No, no,
because
no,
it's
no,
all
use
not the same thing.
no, no, the last one that I sent this morning.
Yeah, now I'll delete the others out of my box.
Yes, and also then at least, I mean,
The
the
minutes,
link,
Slupeka, we're now be adopting the
that,
minutes.
the link with all the amendments.
I'm asking the minutes. We're now be adopting the minutes.
Look, I'm not sure because this meeting is, we will see, but it's fine. Remember, it is, I mean,
Yeah,
you've got all
okay.
the minutes, but
Okay,
for now,
yeah,
yes,
We now we adopt all the minutes there because it's about 6 or 7 sets.
yes. So for now, just prioritize, I mean,
Those
uh,
three. Okay. The
those three.
final negotiating, yeah.
Yes, and the link with the final negotiating mandate.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
okay,
Slupek.
okay, thank you.
You.
Yeah. Memushoti, Dumela.
Dumela Sefeka,
Le kae?
ke teng ho kae ntate?
Rona mme. Kgata bo
Ya
teng.
bona.
Le re tla kgora idana.
Ha ke tsebe wena ngwaneso ba kae nou tje?
Yeah, because this meeting o batla kgora.
O batla kgora.
Mm.
Ba tla join.
Oh, okay, I know.
I'm sure ba tla join.
Hayi, ulukile mme.
Okay ntate.
A re ba late.
Okay.
Morning, Chair.
This better not. Is it better to? Kibera? Sorry. Morning.
Morning, Chair. Morning, Chair.
Oh, yeah, I'm using the cell phone now because this gadget is doing unthinkable things now. But it's okay. I'll be able to maneuver
Okay.
as long as at least I'm able to be seen. Yeah. I think is it better now?
Now it's much better, Chair.
Okay, that's good. How's the agenda?
The agenda, Chairperson, is the consideration of negotiating mandates of the three bills, namely economic regulation, road traffic, and land transport. So I don't know which one you'll start with. Maybe let's start with the economic regulation of transport.
Why don't we start with that one that was remitted?
Which one?
The transport, or the
land transport. Oh, okay, no, it's fine.
That one is much more. We are restricted. We are confined to what the president expressed his reservation about, and then we can then from there move to the traffic
recording
one.
in progress.
We can then move to the other one. Yeah, I think let's do that.
No, it's okay, Chair.
Okay. But in terms of the quorum,
I see. Let me just check here. No, I'm seeing 3 members in the platform.
yeah, the WIPAD are still in a meeting now.
Okay.
Yes, the WIPAD are still in a meeting, which I believe we will.
Oh, actually, it's 4 members on the platform.
Okay.
We just need.
Let me check with the ambassador.
Lepeka?
Enrico?
Yes, Mr. Dango said he's still in the WIPRI meeting.
Oh, okay.
I did send SMSs to the other members.
You indicate to us when you are ready, Hlobeka. But like as I said, the WIPARIS meeting is still on. You'll give us guidance when they are ready. Is it okay?
Chairperson, I
Yes.
see now in the platform we've got 5 members. It's yourself, Honorable Khai, Honorable Mushodi, Honorable Boshoff, and Honorable Lunt. So 5 members, 5 provinces. So we do
Okay.
correct to proceed to start with the meeting.
Yes. Let me just check the WIPARI for the last time, and then
Okay.
we start.
Pega.
I thank.
I know I wanted to indicate that the entire delegation from Department of Transport is also in the platform. Eh?
Okay.
Yes, for the 3 bills.
Noted.
Morning, honorable members. We were just held up by the WIPARI meeting that is still on by our honorable members, 3 of them. So let's just give ourselves 5 minutes for them to finish that meeting, then they'll be logging in. Thank you.
Chair, if I may come in, can we then in future arrange a time suitable for everybody? Because it's no use everybody getting onto the platform rushing and then we have to wait.
Yes, we agree with that proposal, Honorable Boshoff.
Chairperson?
Yes, Subeda. Subeda.
Yes, Chair. I'm not sure whether we can
Yeah.
proceed because now it's 6 members in the platform. Mama Mekanish is in, so I'm not sure whether we can proceed or not.
Yeah, I've just spoken to Honorable Dango now. He's logging in also.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, let's then probably allow ourselves to formally start with the meeting, and also indicate the fact that the main purpose of today's meeting is to consider the negotiating mandate, as you have correctly pointed out, from our provinces on the three bills. The first one is the Economic Regulation of Transport Bill, B1B of 2020, and then the second one is the National Land Transport Amendment Bill, 75 of 2016, and then the third one is the National Road Traffic Amendment Bill, B7B of 2020. Those are the three bills that we are dealing with, and as a result thereof, what will start with will be to allow the committee secretary to table the apology before the meeting.
Good morning, Chairperson, and good morning, honorable members and colleagues. There's no apology that we have received. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Can you request Enrico to give Honorable Dango the link there, committee secretary, because now it's phoning me and I'm already on the platform.
No,
Thank you, honorable members.
We will do so.
Thank you, committee secretary, for that information. Like as I said, the first bill that we'll start with will be the National Land Transport Amendment Bill. Let's allow probably the legal advisor. Is it Ms. Ngema that is on the table? That is on the platform? Just to reflect on the confines and the restraints that we have in this bill, because you'll remember it's the bill that was remitted back by the president because of the express reservations about the constitutionality of certain provisions of Clause 7 of version B7T, and as a result thereof, he also raised some reservation and constitutionality, particularly around the clauses that, to a larger degree, related to the powers vested in the municipalities, and as a result thereof, the bill was remitted back to Parliament by virtue of those reservations. Then on the 26th March 2023, an advert was placed in the national media calling for the written submissions on the bill, but also the a deadline that were expressed. The deadline date was the 24th of April 2023. And stakeholders were informed that in terms of Rule 209 of Parliament of the Republic of South Africa, comments are to be limited to amendments which addresses reservation previously expressed by President of the Republic of South Africa. And members will remember that the committee had oral submissions on the bill on the 31st May 2023. And on the 20th September 2023, the department addressed the committee on its response in relation to oral and written submissions. So that's where we are. What we will then do, we will then request the committee secretary just to table before us the provincial legislator mandates, just an overview of them, and then thereafter we will then give an opportunity to the departments in relations to when we deal with clause by clause. Over to you, Committee Secretary.
Thank you, Chairperson. Maybe before, I will have to reflect on the following.
Yes.
That we are not going to read the mandates as they are. We have developed a document where what is captured in the mandate, it is in the document. We are going to follow that process. And also then I will request Enrico to flag the land transport document.
But also because this is a Section 76 bill, can you just make a reflection in terms of how we are going to vote on that?
Oh, yes. Thank you, Chairperson. Since this is Section 76 bill, the first thing first is the quorum, whereby 5 provinces should be represented to start the meeting. We are quorating 5 provinces in the meeting, and when we are going to vote, we will be voting clause by clause. So it means the proposal for amendments should be supported by at least 5 provinces, and members should be voting per province, not as per individual. Therefore, that is how we are going to proceed, Chairperson.
Just clarify instances where there are two members of the committee from one province. In this instance, we have to be Comrade Khai, who's was in terms of the committee. It is Comrade Honorable Khai and also Honorable Tafeni. And in Limpopo is Honorable Mamarakhane. I don't know who's the other one. Can you just clarify that? Or you can give it to...
If I clarify, Chairperson, there is a hand, Honorable Khai's hand.
Honorable Khai, the floor is yours.
No, thank you very much, Chair. Chair, I don't know, I was not part of this process, as you know, that when the 3 bills were presented early this year, I was on sick leave. So what I would like to know, I thought that today there are negotiating mandates from the provinces, and therefore we're supposed to, I don't know if that has been done, we're supposed to first, before we vote clause by clause, wait for the department to respond to those negotiating mandates. And then at a later stage, then we deliberate on what the provinces have submitted and also the responses of the departments. And then we do what we were being asked to do now. I think it's still early to do that at this stage until such time the department has responded to the negotiating mandates of the provinces. Unless that has been done, then during my absence, so I just wanted to clarify that aspect.
Yes. I think you are right. You are right, because this is a negotiating mandate. That is how it is done. Because what we must then do is then to make sure that we refer. We then after this meeting, as we consolidate the response, and then we send them back to the province just to indicate to them, this is the from the negotiating mandate, this is the response that the department has indicated, and then we are then able to have a final mandate. Committee Secretary, that is how we also dealt with it in relation to the other committee bills of our sister committee, the Copyright Amendment Bill, and also the other bill that was going with it.
That is correct, Chairperson. That is correct.
Yes, that's how we deal with it. Can we then?
There is a hand, Chairperson, Honorable Rotherford.
Honorable Tim, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Chairperson. I just wanted to concur fully with Honorable Khai that is the right procedure. Today, I think is more just for noting. We can get inputs from the legal advisor, then we wait for it, and then I just want to agree that in terms of good practice, it's always a good idea, although maybe not written down in law or rules, to circulate these negotiating mandates to all the provinces so that they can also consider their sister legislatures inputs, because obviously in a discussion, and this is, that's the definition of the word negotiate, negotiating, is that all the provinces consider what the other provinces said, because perhaps there's issues that they haven't considered which may be brought to light. Because if you look at the document that has been kindly prepared by the staff, there are a number of amendments and comments from the various provinces, which perhaps in the deliberations, let's say in Limpopo, they picked up something that maybe KwaZulu-Natal didn't pick up. And, that's the best way to come out with good legislation at the end of the day. Thank you, Chairperson.
Thank you, Honorable Prataseth, for that clarity, and also Honorable Khai. Can you then take us through the overview, Committee Secretary?
Enrico?
Chairperson, apologies, I only joined now, but we're still in the midst of a WHOOPS meeting.
Apology accepted, Ambassador. In fact, we
can stop, Enrico. Enrico?
We have taken that into consideration.
Yes, Lupeka.
Yes, number 2 on the document.
Okay.
Just go down a bit, number 2. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Chairperson. Thank you, honorable members. This is the document, Chairperson, that we have prepared that captured the information from all the negotiating mandate. Therefore, I will start with Eastern Cape. Eastern Cape, the province vote in favor of the bill and therefore mandates the permanent delegate to the NCOP to. Okay. My screen, I need to, okay, no, it's fine. Therefore, let me start again. The Eastern Cape, the province votes in favor of the bill and therefore the mandates of the permanent delegate to the NCOP to negotiate in favor of the bill. We come to Free State. Free State, the Portfolio Committee on Public Works and Infrastructure, Roads, Transport, Human Settlement, as designated by the Free State Legislature, support the bill subject to the following inputs and comments. Amendments are captured in the table 2 below. Gauteng. The Gauteng Provincial Legislature supports the principle and the detail of the bill and therefore votes in favor of the National Land Transport Amendment Bill. KwaZulu-Natal. The Portfolio Committee on Transport met on Tuesday, 24th of October 2023 and agreed to mandate the KwaZulu-Natal delegation to support the National Land Transport Amendment Bill. Limpopo. Provincial NCOP delegates to negotiate in favor of the bill. Mpumalanga. The Portfolio Committee on Public Works, Roads and Transport, Community Safety and Security and Liaison, after considering the National Land Transport Amendment Bill, B7F 2016, confers on the permanent delegate representing Mpumalanga province in the NCOP a mandate to negotiate in favor of the bill without proposed amendments. Northern Cape. The committee supports the National Land Transport Amendment Bill, B7 2016. Northwest, the Northwest Provincial Legislature voted in favor of the bill. Western Cape, the Standing Committee on Mobility, having considered the subject of the bill, having considered the subject of the National Land Transport Amendment Bill, B7F 2016, referred to the committee in accordance with the Standing Rule 217 confers the Western Cape delegation in the NCOP the authority to support the bill subject to the following amendments in table 2. Thank you, Chairperson.
Thank you, Committee Secretary, for the overview of province. In terms of their negotiating mandate, it is quite clear that there is an overwhelming positivity in relation to the negotiation. Then maybe less than
There is a hand, Chair.
let me just check. I'm using
Honorable
Honorable Khai, the floor is yours. My apology, I'm using the phone here, so it's a challenge. But you, Honorable Khai?
No, just for clarity's sake, Chair, there are provinces that have supported the bill subject to proposed amendments. I think Free State and Western Cape, I think in particular. I just want to maybe Ms. Ngema can come in here to clarify for us. As I say, I'm a bit handicapped because caught the process while it was already moving. I just want to check whether these amendments are not new amendments outside the confined areas, as you were indicating, Chair, that here we're dealing with a remitted bill, that we should be confining ourselves on the reservations of the clauses that relate to the reservations of the president. Maybe Ms. Ngema can clarify for us through you, Chair, if the amendments, because I see there's quite a lot of amendments from, in particular, Free State and Western Cape. Though with Free State, they're not specifically relating their amendments to specific clauses or sections of the bill. Western Cape is relating the proposed amendments to certain clauses and sections. So what I want us to be satisfied with, whether those are not a new amendment outside the reservations. Thank you so far. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Honorable Khai. Mrs. Ngema?
Before Ms.
And,
Ngema, Chair, there is a hand, Honorable protesters.
Team, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Chairperson. It seems that Honorable Khai and I are doing a double act today. So, yeah, look, I agree with Honorable Khai, but so if you look at the preamble to the table that has all the suggested amendments, it says yes, the suggestions or proposed amendments highlighted are identical to those which the Department of Transport addressed the Select Committee on during the committee meeting of 20 September 2023. What I find strange, though, is that if you look at the under section 3.4, is that Department of Transport each amendment are so whether we actually need to just vote these amendments and then ask the department for their comments next to each amendment, and then we'll have a clear picture. It seems that under the amendments, there is a comment from the department.
Honorable team, you are not very audible. I suspect you are not very audible. Can you repeat what you said?
Chairperson, yeah, sorry, I'm doing this from Acacia. I don't know if that's any better.
Yeah, it's a bit better now.
Yeah, I do apologize, Chairperson. If you look on the schedule under section 3.4, under the Free State comments, there's no comment from the Department of Transport. But under the Western Cape amendments, there seems to be comment. And I just don't know. So I do remember it's an opinion whether or not these amendments fall within the reservations president. But then if the department president, and then today is actually just a noting exercise on all the negotiating mandates, they then should be circulated to the provinces, and then we come back with final mandates with, again, the department's comments, and then we can take it from there.
Honorable Protester, let's address the first question that was raised, whether these comments. Yes.
Because this thing we received them yesterday night, so no one, so that they can.
No, but the mandates have been sent before time. The only document that you received last night, it's Gauteng. All the mandates at least you received on time.
I think Hlopeka is now talking to somebody else.
Hlopeka, you are disrupting our meeting now. Let's give over to Ms. Ngema to address the question as to whether are these comments restricted to the reservations that were received by the president or not. Let's deal with that aspect first. Ms. Ngema?
Greetings, Chairperson, and the members and everyone on the platform. Chairperson, the content advisor would be best suited to speak to the submissions and the amendments that have been proposed. However, Chairperson, if we look at the reservation of the president and the process as I explained it, the main contentious provision was clause 7. So the proposals and the call for submissions and what the negotiating mandates should be addressing should have revolved around clause 7. And as we had seen in the previous submissions that the committee received, there was an indication that there are also other sort of tagging on provisions that are linked or relate to clause 7, but had not been mentioned by the president in his reservations. So, Chairperson, I think in light of that, and as I appreciate this, the submission or the preparation document of the content advisor is on the metrics together with the secretary, is trying to speak to all the submissions and amendments proposal that were received. But the main one that relates to the reservations, I think it's the one they've highlighted in a color form, sort of mustard color in their document. Hence, I would have thought it's easier for them to speak to their document, speaking to the amendments as well, so that the members can deliberate and understand what exactly has happened, because this is a substance reservation from the president rather than a process issue. So because it deals with the substance, and as I understand the process of negotiating mandates, and as I was understanding that this meeting would be speaking to those issues that the negotiating mandates have already raised. Hence, I thought they would speak to the issues, and then, as already indicated, if there's anything that needs clarity, both the department and ourselves and the state law advisor could then speak to those issues, because as I understand the procedure, after this one and the call for final mandates, the call for final mandates should be speaking to the committee, having spoken to what the provincial legislatures proposed, and whether it is considered for it to be given effect into another bill or not. But in this instance, as we pointed out, it's a remitted bill and the process is very constrained. Therefore, I thought maybe the best way would be to speak to the issues raised relating to clause 7, and then the members indicate whether there is substance into those, or they are satisfied with the BF version that has been corrected by the first house. Because now this committee is dealing with a version that has considered the reservations of the president from the first house. So if that is the case, then we are looking into the already amended bill, which is the F version. And the restriction is that there is not much that can go beyond what has already been indicated, if it suffices in terms of the members to cover the reservations that the president raised. And that relates solely to clause 7, Chairperson. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Ngema, for that clarity. Dr. Clark?
Chairperson, before Dr. Clark, there are two hands, Honorable Lond and Honorable High.
Oh, yes. Honorable Lond, the floor is yours.
No, I'll hold on until I want to say Honorable Clark, but until she has presented her bit, maybe she will cover me. So I'll just wait until I hear her feedback, please.
Thank you, Honorable Lond. Honorable High.
Chair, I was going to suggest that perhaps what we need to do is to have this template populated. We have the clauses that come from the provinces in terms of the proposed amendments, and then another section we have the department responding. Because I don't think it's going to be proper for us to comment now on the proposed amendments, and then we have a particular view, then all of a sudden then the department respond, and we then feel that maybe the department's response it makes more sense, and we've already had a view with regard to the proposal from, let's say, from the Free State on the issue of saturation of the taxi industry by the foreign nationals, for example. So I would rather suggest that we note the the proposed amendments by the provinces, and they wait for the department to respond, and then we deliberate then on both the amendments from the provinces as well as the responses of the department. Then once we conclude on that, we then can start with the process of voting for clause by clause. And then we I don't know what will be the next list, whether it will be the G list, and then we submit that together with the next alphabet to the province to consider the final mandates. So that's what I would suggest that perhaps we should do.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Fully agreed with Honorable Khan. Fully agreed.
Thank you. Let's then allow the, given that approach, allow the content advisor just to table before us the view from the department, and then thereafter, then I think in the then they will then add those columns as suggested by honorable members. Dr. Clark.
Thank you, Honorable Chairperson. Thank you, honorable members and attendees. Beatrice, if I may ask Enrico to just scroll a bit down to item number 3. Because it is something we must bear in mind as we go through this process in respect of the National Land Transport Amendment Bill, Chairperson. As Ms. Ngema said now, she has repeated advice that she had given to the committee during the meeting of 20 September 2023 in respect of the consideration of the bill, honorable members. And Rule 209 was highlighted during that advice. We're dealing here with a bill that has been remitted back to Parliament after reservations was expressed. And it might be necessary to highlight sub 2 of Rule 209 that says the committee must confine itself to the President's reservations. And Enrique, if you can scroll a bit down. Having considered all of the negotiating mandates, Chairperson, what is left for the committee is to report whether it agrees with the amended bill by the Assembly, if the Assembly has passed such a bill, which it has in this case, or recommend rejection of that bill, Chair. So as we go through the negotiating mandates, for lack of a better word, Chair, the mandates must rise to such a level that the committee would be inclined to completely reject the bill. And Ms. Ngema might just confirm here for me. So there's limited space for the committee to recommend amendments to the version of the bill as it is before us. And on my reading, the committee would have to report on whether it agrees with the bill or whether it recommends rejection of the bill. That's the first point I wanted to raise. I don't know if you want to deal with that, or if I can go through the substance of the mandates.
I want honorable members to reflect on the substance that you have just reflected on. Particularly 3.2, which deals with the Rule 209 up to from 1 up to 3. What is their view in relation to that? Because my interpretation from this 3.2 and what you presented is that with the information that we have, we either reject what has been referred to us from the National Assembly, particularly in relation to what you have said on 291 which says on receipt of a remitted bill or amended bill, refer to the council. It's 209.2. The committee must confine itself to the president's reservation, and then B, may confer with the corresponding assembly committee on any matter concerning the president's reservation, and that we must either report whether we agree with the amended bill passed by the assembly, or we recommend rejection. I think that is quite clear. I just needed to check with honorable members whether are we on the same page on that one. We just check as whether is there any hand from the honorable members. Honorable Khai.
Yeah, Chair, I think we understand the rules as read by the content advisor. But for us as the NCOP, even if we reject or we agree with what the assembly says, that is subjected in our case, because this is Section 76 bill.
Yes.
Whether that rejection or acceptance would have to be informed about what the provinces are saying. We can't just decide as a committee that we reject or we accept. It would have been easier if it was Section 75. We would either reject or accept the proposals from the NA, whether it agrees with the reservations of the president or it doesn't agree. But in our case, because it's Section 76, we are mandated to either reject or agree to it. So I'm saying, therefore, that process is the one that we say we must first then check these mandates from the provinces. But those mandates from the provinces must be within, even if there are amendments, those amendments must be still within the reservations of the not new clauses, but limited to the reservations of a president. Honorable Chair, thanks so much.
Thank you. I think we are on the same page, Honorable Khai. Let's then, Honorable Dango, I see your hand is up.
Chairperson, I think I've been covered by Honorable Khai, as this is a remitted bill with a very narrow window of what we can and cannot do. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Dango. You can proceed, Dr. Clark.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Enrico, we can go down to the table. Chair, thank you very much. At 3.4, Chair, honorable members, I make the point that there were some of the mandates that were received, Chair, contained amendments that are identical to amendments that the department has responded to the select committee itself at its meeting of 20 September 2023, Chair. Those are the ones that are highlighted in amber. So those are not the inputs the department has provided now. It was my attempt to remind the committee that this was the input that the department provided when it was previously before the committee. It's not to say that the committee won't engage with the comments again, but it's simply to reflect that the department has previously had the benefit of the department's response in response to those comments. So 2 provincial legislatures provided proposed amendments. The first being the Free State Provincial Legislature, Chair. Chair, I may go through them one by one, but in summary, the inputs from the Free State Provincial Legislature, to my view, do not relate to the President's reservations. In fact, Chair, it reads more like inputs on the National Road Traffic Amendment Bill. And I had to double check to go back to see if I'm reading the correct mandate. So in summary, it does not relate to the reservations raised by the President. The first input was that South Africans or foreigners saturating the taxi industry by operating without licenses and without number plates. And such operators have got the potential of fueling violence within the taxi industry and must be prohibited. The second recommended suggestion is that trucks or private car owners that utilize or allows hikers within their vehicles, a regulatory system need to be put in place to regulate such practices. The next item, the bill should make provision to ensure that driving schools are registered and comply with the regulations of the bill. Lastly, the next one, the municipal regulatory body should work hand in hand with the province. The bill should clearly state the powers of municipalities with regards to issuing of taxi operating licenses. The bill should make provision for one town or one association to avoid taxi violence, and pirating taxis should be impounded, including those that operate without number plates. The bill should make provision for taxis that does not use the country's number plates not to ferry scholars to schools, as this might put the lives of children at risk. The bill should make provision for government officials that are doing taxi businesses to be stopped, and operating license should be paid annually instead of 6 months. So, Chair, having considered the mandate inputs from the Free State Provincial Legislature, the department is with us. If I understood the members correctly, that where the department is not now ready to provide inputs on particular mandates, there will be afforded further opportunity to do so. So we might, depending, it's up to your lead chairperson to maybe hear from the department whether they agree that this does not relate to reservations raised by the president, because if there's agreement amongst with them and the committee chairperson and the committee support, then these would be the type of mandates that the department would not necessarily need to provide response to, other than to say that it falls outside of the reservations provided raised by the president, Chair.
Thank you, Doc, for that. Let's hear from the department. Is also your understanding correct that this does not relate to the reservation that were expressed by the president that led to the remittance? Let's check from the department.
Good morning, Chair.
Okay, I'm trying to check who's speaking now.
It's Mr. Smelane, Chair, yes, at the National Department of Transport. Good morning, Chair, and the honorable members and colleagues.
Thank you, Mr. Smelane. The floor is yours.
Yes, thank you, Chair. Thank you very much for the response by our counterparts in Parliament, Chair, Ms. Annika Clark and Ms. Ngema, for their input. I think, Chair, from our side, we fully agree that the submissions that have been presented by Free State, they are way away outside of the mandate or outside of the referral matter by the President's Chair. We dealt with that matter, Chair, and we removed that clause 7. So I fully agree with my leader as she has presented to you, Chair. Yes, I cannot further add any input to that regard. Thanks a lot, Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Similani. Ngema, is that your view too?
Thank you so much, Chairperson. I think I just wanted to add for the clarity of the members, as has been added by the department. The main issue that the President has related to Section 11 of the existing Act, which was dealing with the responsibilities of the spheres of government. And by virtue of the first house, when considering the reservations of the President attempting to look into that issue, they completely removed the provisions that were amending Section 11, which were related to the issues that the president had raised. Hence, if we look at the Joint Rule 209, that speaks to the process and how this House then may deal with the issue and address the question that the members and the chairperson has raised, whether the mandates are addressing what is related to the reservations or outside of the reservations. By the fact that they are speaking of issues outside of Section 11 of the Principal Act, it really then has nothing with the issue that the president is having reservations and issues with. And as has been corrected by the bill that is before this House, then it means to a degree, and if the committee is satisfied, that is solely the constraint that the committee is supposed to be confining itself on. And therefore, in my view, Chairperson, and what has been indicated and taking into account the submissions that have been spoken to, I would submit that what is before the committee suffice to satisfy the reservations of the president in respect of clause 7 and its removal in the bill that is before the committee, Chairperson. So I'm in agreement with what my counterparts and colleagues have indicated to the committee in this instance. The substance that is of issue has been corrected, and what the submissions or the mandates are raising, it is completely outside of the substance and the reservations of the president. I thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Ms. Ngema, for that clarity. Just want to check with the members. Honorable Pratiseth, and then Honorable Khai, then let's first give to Mr. Makgato. I see Mr. Makgato's his hand is up. Before I give over to members.
Okay, no, Chairperson, thanks. I just wanted to state that, Chairperson, in as far as the events are unfolding, that if you look at the comments that Free State has made, without repeating what has already been said, they touch on both the NLTA and the NRTA. That's the first thing. So it's a mixture combination of both. But of importance, Chairperson, is to humbly request the August committee, insofar as the deliberations and submissions that are expected from the department, that we be granted the indulgence to respond in writing to most, if not all, of the submissions that have been made stemming from the provincial mandates, Chairperson. That would be my submission for now. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Makgato, for that. Let's then move to Honorable Team, Honorable Khai, Honorable Dango. I wanted to check before I give over to members whether we should not allow the content advisor to also go through the Western Cape submission, and then thereafter deal with the two comments as one. If members are comfortable with that, I can move. But if members of the view that let's deal with this matter with the input on Free State, deal with it, and then it might also help us in moving forward. Honorable Pratiseth?
Chairperson, it just comes back to what I said earlier. Let's get the input from the department, and then move forward. Because I think, as Mr. Makgato has recommended, because at the moment we've just got an opinion, and I respect the opinion from Ms. Clark and from Advocate Ngema that you know, these fall outside of the president's remit, or outside the president's reservations, which I can accept on the face value of it. But to have a proper process, you know, the document that we have in front of us should say that. And I just feel that we've come into this meeting half-cocked, where there's a comment on the Western Cape proposals, but there's no comment on the Free State proposals. And we just need to get this right from the word goes. We have a document that compiles, that has all of the comments in, that can then be circulated, and not a blank document that goes back to provinces. So I agree with Ms. Makgatho. Let's just get this right, make it right from a content point of view. Thank you very much, Chairperson.
Thank you. Honorable Khai. Thank you, Honorable Team.
Thank you, Chair. I fully agree with the Honorable team that let us be procedural, because I think what the Dr. Clark is doing, and then next time we also deal with the responses of the department, it will be a repeat. Unnecessary repeat. So I suggest that we don't even go down to the Western Cape. Let's have the document populated, starting with the Free State. Whatever they say in there, then the department must respond. They could be responding by saying this is not part of the reservations that Western. So something that is in writing, as Honorable Team is correctly putting it, so that we have a record of the process, this legislative process. Yeah, so I fully agree with it. Because also, if we go to Western Cape, for example, when it says just 20 September 2023, it means therefore now we must go back and look for the document. What did it say in 2020 of September? But if it was in front of us, and then there's a comment on what is proposed in terms of section 11(1)(c) Vs, and then there's a response of the department which is clear with regard to that, without necessarily referring us to 20 of September 2023, because that's another task now of, because we don't have that document in front of us of 20 of September 20. So I suggest that let's be procedural, populate even if we say no, this one is not in as per the reservation of the president. So something that is in writing, Chair. So I fully agree with the Honorable Team in that regard. Thank you.
Thank you. Because they said the issues and the concrete proposals that we are making on the National Land Transport Bill, on affording the department to respond to the mandate of the department, will also apply to the other two acts, to the other two bills, which in this instance the National Road Traffic Amendment Bill. They say the same suggestion, I believe, will also apply. But let's then, on that note, just for procedural purpose, agree that we will then give both the Office of the State Law Advisor to also make their comment on those what Free State has said, and also give the department and also include the column where the department's input in relation to the proposal or the mandate. Will also give them an opportunity to do that. And on that note, let me lastly give over to Honorable Khai, and then thereafter we then agree that we move to the other two other bills, and then so that formally we record that. Honorable Dango.
Yes, Chairperson. It's very difficult to disagree with Honorable Tim, Honorable Khai, and yourself.
Thank you. Yeah,
however, my question is, did the department brief all provinces as to the narrow remit of the bill? I recall yesterday morning before the meeting of DTIC, I couldn't go to the provincial meeting, but I had a long discussion with the chairperson indicating to him the narrow remit of this particular bill. I was wondering if all other provinces got the same kind of information. If they had the same information, why did they go wider than that? But I think it's important that the department and the people responsible actually communicate to provinces what is desired. not necessarily what they should do, but I think that's important, that information flow becomes a matter of course normally. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Dango. I believe that permanent delegate also, because in most cases all of us were in those provincial briefings, and we led the presentations, and then having done that, we then allowed the department officials to also take on. I think that was in most provinces. That is what happened. Let's then agree that we endorse that proposals that we are able to afford the department and the Office of the State Law Advisor an opportunity to formally comment, so as that it makes things much more easier for us. And then also the department, the final mandate would have then captured the essence of what of the benefit of having had what the department and also the State Law Advisors Office says in relation to that. Of course, there's one aspect I think Mrs. Ngema will help us in relation to the, well, there's an area of concern from my side, the lapsing of the bill. I think he will be able to give us just an input in relation to that after all the two other bills that we'll be dealing with. Let's then go to the national road, the national road traffic amendment bill. Can you flag that, Enrico? Thank you. I see that there's a hand. I want to recognize the hand. Honorable Dango?
It was a legacy hand, Chairperson.
Or legacy hand. Formally, I think members will note the structure of the document. One, then two is the overview of the provinces in relation to their mandate, and then in relation to three is the proposed amendment. Let's then allow the committee secretary to table the negotiating mandate before the committee, and then thereafter, I think the debate that we have had will then kick in. Over to you, Committee Secretary.
Thank you, Chairperson. The mandate from the provinces are as follows on the National Road Traffic Amendment Bill. Eastern Cape, the province votes in favor of the bill with proposed amendment and therefore mandates the permanent delegate to the NCOP to negotiate in favor of the bill within the following parameters. Amendments are captured in Table 2 below. Free State, the Portfolio Committee on Public Works, Infrastructure, Roads and Transport and Human Settlement, as designated by the Free State Legislature, proposes the following amendments to the bill and votes in favor of the bill. Amendments are captured in Table 2 below. Gauteng Provincial Legislature is supporting the National Road Traffic Amendment Bill, subject to the amendments below being considered. KwaZulu-Natal, the Portfolio Committee on Transport met on Tuesday, 24th of October 2023 and agreed to mandate the KwaZulu-Natal delegation to support the National Road Traffic Amendment Bill. Limpopo, Provincial NCOP Permanent Delegate to negotiate in favor of the bill with the proposed amendment. Mpumalanga, the Portfolio Committee on Public Works, Roads and Transport, Community Safety and Security and Liaison, after considering the National Road Traffic Amendment Bill, B7B 2020, confers on the permanent delegate representing Mpumalanga province in the NCOP a mandate to negotiate in favor of the bill without any proposed amendment. Northern Cape, the committee support the National Road Traffic Amendment Bill, B7B 2020. Northwest Provincial Legislature vote in favor of the bill. Enrico, let's go down. Western Cape, the Standing Committee on Mobility, having considered the subject of the National Road Traffic Amendment Bill, B7B 2020, referred to the committee in accordance with the Standing Rule 217, confers on the Western Cape's delegation in the NCOP the authority to support the bill. The committee further proposes the following amendments. Amendments are captured in table 2 below. Thank you, Chairperson.
Thank you, Committee Secretary. I believe that members are well briefed now in terms of the 9 provinces as negotiating mandate in relation to the National Road Traffic Amendment Bill. As a result thereof, when we move to the next level, which is amendments as tabled again, in this instance, we have the Western Cape, but like as it was indicated when we dealt with the National Land Transport Amendment Bill, the comments from Free State straddled between the 2 bills, but there's also a proposed amendment from the Eastern Cape Provincial Legislature, and then Gauteng Legislature also proposed some amendment, and then those are the provinces that made concrete amendments in terms of clauses. But like I have indicated, the department did indicate that they did not have an opportunity to comment, but as the metrics documents indicate, this is what we captured from the committee side in terms of reflecting on those. So I guess the proposals on affording both the department an opportunity to comment, and also the Office of the State Law Advisor, in this instance, Ms. Ngema, will then add 2 columns in relation to this, just to capture their comments and make it much more easier in relation to members, but also for provinces. That is the assertions, and also my understanding. I just need an affirmation from members that that is the approach that we are also going to take in relation to the National Road Traffic Amendment Bill. Can we have an affirmation from members on that aspect?
Agreed, Chair. Let's just be consistent with all these bills. Thanks.
Thank you, team. Seconder.
Second Chair, Mamarkhani.
Thank you, Honorable Mamarkhani. Let's then go to the economic regulation of transport bill. Let's then allow the committee secretary to present the negotiating mandate from provinces. Over to you, committee secretary.
Thank you, Chairperson. The negotiating mandates for the Economic Regulation of Transport Bill are as follows. Eastern Cape, the province votes in favor of the bill with proposed amendment and therefore mandates the permanent delegate to the NCOP to negotiate in favor of the bill within the following parameters. Amendments are captured in Table 2 below. Free State, it is recommended that the National Council of Provinces should be informed that the committee note the bill. In this case, the Free State, they didn't submit any negotiating mandate.
Can we get probably, do we have the chairperson of the Free State on the Committee of Free State on the platform just to give clarity on that? Do we have him on the platform, Committee Secretary, or we do not have?
Chairperson, I see the liaison officer, Ms. Marit. She was in the platform. Maybe at least she can respond on this one.
What is her name?
Marit.
Let's give first to Honorable Mushodi. Maybe she can help us. Honorable Mushodi.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chairperson. Chairperson, on this bill, the province said to us they don't want me as a permanent delegate to come and brief the committee. They are going to publish the bill. So I didn't go there, Honorable Chairperson, on the request of the province. I don't know what was happening, Honorable Chairperson, but I think Smaret, she is in the right position because she is the one that is communicating with the province all the time. Because I even see here in the report to say the delegate, the person who's supposed to NCOP permanent delegate with regard to the bill, no public participation. No, Chairperson, I think Marat can brief the committee about this issue because they deny me access to go and brief the committee. They said they're going to publish this bill, Honorable Chairperson.
Thank you, Honorable Mushodi. Ms. Marit.
Thank you, Chairperson. Good morning, Chair and honourable members. The Free State Committee took a decision not to conduct public hearings on this bill, but either that they published the bill for comment. No comments were received on the bill, and subsequently the committee decided just to note the bill. They did not submit any negotiating mandate. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Ms. Marit. I think we'll come back to that point. You can continue, Committee Secretary.
Gauteng. The Gauteng Provincial Legislature is supporting the Economic Regulation of Transport Bill subject to the amendments below being considered. KwaZulu-Natal, the Portfolio Committee on Transport met on Tuesday, the 24th of October 2023, and agreed to mandate the KwaZulu-Natal delegation to support the Economic Regulation of Transport Bill with the consideration of the following comments. Comments are captured in Table 2 below. Limpopo, the provincial NCOP permanent delegates to negotiate in favor of the bill with proposed amendments. Amendments captured in Table 2 below. Mpumalanga, the Portfolio Committee on Public Works, Roads and Transport, Community Safety, Security Liaison, after considering the Economic Regulation of Transport Bill, confers on permanent delegate representing Mpumalanga Province in the NCOP a mandate to negotiate in favor of the bill without any proposed amendment. Northwest Provincial Legislature vote in favor of the bill. Western Cape, the Standing Committee on Mobility, having considered the subject of the Economic Regulation of Transport Bill, B18-2020, referred to the committee in accordance with the Standing Rule 217, confers the Western Cape delegation in the NCOP the authority to support the bill is subject to the following amendments. Amendments captured Table 2 below. Thank you, Chairperson.
Thank you, Committee Secretary. Again, all the provinces are in support of the bill, subject to the amendments. I take that members will note the work that the committee team has done in terms of when you go to paragraph 3, the matrix, we reflect on the comments that the department made both on the 6th and the 20th of September in relations to all the proposals that are made. And like as you said, it is Western Cape, it is Eastern Cape, it is Gauteng. These are the provinces that has made concrete proposals in relations to various clauses. And we agreed that because the department says in relations to the negotiating mandates, they need an opportunity to comment, and I guess likewise with the Office of the State Law Advisor in this regard, Ms. Ngema will do that. I think let's then get sense from us.
Chairperson.
Yes, Honorable Moshodi. Honorable Moshodi.
I'm very, very sorry, Honorable Chairperson. I just want to go quickly to the report of the Free State, Honorable Chairperson. If you check number 3, procedure of the Portfolio Committee, then he said the Portfolio Committee on the Public Works, Infrastructure, Road Transport, and Human Settlement did not get a briefing from the ANC permanent delegate with regard to the bill. No public participation was done on the bill. The bill was advertised on the newspaper throughout the Free State province for public comments and input. Chairperson, I think something must be corrected here, because according to this paragraph, my name as a permanent delegate is tainted here, because it's the province who deny me access to go to brief them. So they cannot say the permanent delegate with regard, they didn't go and brief the community. I think this sentence, Comrade Chairperson, they must be corrected. It's not a true reflection what was happening on this bill. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Moshodi. We note the concern.
You know, you're the one who arranged everything when I go to brief the province, and I did inform you about this thing that they deny me to go and brief them on this one.
Thank you, Honorable Moshodi. I think the committee take note of that, and then definitely we believe that with the final mandate, the situation would have changed. Honorable Tim Bratterson.
Yes, thank you for the opportunity, Chairperson. Chairperson, I'm most concerned about this very irregular development. Well, I see it as irregular in the Free State. First of all, Honourable Moshodi has the full right to be very concerned about the text. But also, Chairperson, I'm always very mindful about passing sound law. And I'm very mindful of the various precedents that have been set in our courts surrounding public participation. And I find it very strange that and far be it for us to tell the Free State Legislature what to do, but they're opening the door to challenges, because our case law is replete with many examples as to how laws have been declared unconstitutional or invalid simply because of a lack of public participation. And I believe that the Free State could be opening the door here for that sort of challenge, which could be completely counterproductive. And I really think that they need to justify why they decided not to have public participation on this thing when every other province has done so. And, you know, I'm very concerned that could be looked at very unfavorably by the courts who may well have to adjudicate challenge on this bill. And so I believe that there should be some communication from the committee to the Free State Legislature saying, look, why did you decide just to advertise it and not engage in public participation, especially in light of the fact that every other province has done so. So I'm greatly concerned about the Free State's stance in this matter, and also their blocking of the normal procedure of a permanent delegate briefing them. It's almost like they seem not to be interested in this particular bill. I'm very concerned about it, Chairperson. I just want to raise those concerns with the committee formally. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourable Team. Honourable Khai.
Thank you very much, Honourable Chair. I again fully agree with the Honourable Team that this could affect the whole bill. We have examples of bills that have been, but sometimes, fortunately, the President would not agree to it when it's brought to his attention that there were procedural defects during the process of legislation, even before they go to court, when this is brought to his attention. We have an example of the expropriation bill, the previous one, not the current one that we're dealing with, where there were challenges around the public involvement. The other one, I think, when I joined Parliament, there was a one that President Zuma didn't sign because I think the one that deals with petroleum, it was not dealt with because the procedure followed in terms of public involvement. I just forgot the name of the bill. I'll think about it, Chair. So I wanted to suggest, Chair, that perhaps you formally write to the chairperson of the NCOP, make him aware first the fact that the permanent delegate representing the Free State was denied access to go and brief the legislature, the committee, the relevant committee, to the fact that the public involvement, public hearings were not adhered to. But the third point, I was also suggest that perhaps you write to this a Parliament Legal Office, the CLSO, Chair, so that we get advice with regard to this, especially how it's going to affect this legislative process. Would it mean because Free State didn't have the public hearings and all the related matters, would that then make this bill unconstitutional? So if we could get that advice from the CLSO as well. Yeah, so those are my proposals, Chairperson. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Honourable Khai, in relation to that complete proposal, which clearly creates a bit of a challenge to us. Perhaps other two bills, we would need a formal mover that we do likewise with this one. I see Team has raised its hand.
I agree with that, Chairperson, and I agree with Honourable Khai's suggestions that we write to the Free State, that we via the Chairperson of the NCOP, we write to the Free State Legislature. Thank you, Chairperson.
Thank you. Honourable Boshoff.
Good morning, Chair. Thank you very much. I second those proposals. Thank you.
Thank you. Like as I said, I needed just elaboration from Ms. Ngama in terms of the lapsing of the bill, because that will help us in terms of our program. In terms of our program, the final mandate is expected. We expected to deal with it on the 22nd. Is that the right date, the Committee Secretary? the 22nd of November.
Thank you, Chairman. That is correct. But because of what transpired in this meeting, then it means our program is going to change completely.
No, what we would want to check with Ms. Ngema and also the department, whether they can do that within a week, and so that at least when we revise our program, it must take that into account, because majority of the provinces, all the non-provinces support, but I just needed clarity from Ms. Ngema in terms of do the bills, committee bills, do they lapse at the end of the term or the 31st of December 2019? I'm raising this because there's one aspect that I heard from one of the meetings that I attended last night in the study groups. So I needed to check whether the lapsing of the bill, could that be a concern? When does that happen? Mrs. Ngema, can you help us in relation to that regard before I give over to another guy?
Thank you so much, Chairperson. With me, I've got two rules here. The first one is the Joint Rule 219, which speaks to the announcements concerning progress with the bills. That's the Joint Rules of Parliament. And then the other one is the National Council of Provinces rules. It's 238 on the copy that I have, but maybe I understand there's a new reviewed one. It might have changed. But in terms of that rule dealing with lapsing and resumption of proceedings on bills, it actually says in its subsection 1 there, the bill lapses at the last sitting of the House during its annual session. So because it's speaking to annual sessions, my appreciation and comprehension is that when the House rises at the end of this year, then the bill would lapse, but may be reinstated on the order paper during the next ensuing session. So if the bill does lapse, there is a process that it is reinstated, and this is where then Joint Rule 2019 comes in. The Secretary to Parliament wants a decision that a bill be revived at whatever stage it may have stopped. It then is reinstated and must proceed from that stage. It doesn't start from scratch. That is what the rules of Parliament provide, that indeed there is a lapsing, but there's also a process of reinstating a bill that has lapsed in sessions when Parliament rises. And lastly, Chairperson, I just wanted to point out that I am dealing with the two bills, the National Land Transport, together with my colleague from the State Law Advisor, Mr. Makabeni, who couldn't be in this meeting. And the second one I am also dealing with is the National Road Transport Amendment Bill, and I'm dealing with it with Ms. Hari Kashan. She is in the meeting. The third one, the economic regulation and the issues that arise on it, is being dealt with Ms. Gangan. She is also in the meeting. So all the requests that have been made, we will definitely address them as indicated by the committee, considering the fact that, especially for me, I have to address two bills, and there is also the expropriation bill, which this committee is going to be handling next week. Constraints might be there in terms of time, but we will try our best, Chairperson, in attempting to get the work that is needed in a week's time. Thank you, Chairperson.
Thank you, Ms. Ngema, for that clarity. Let's give over to the department. In a week's time, would you have done what we agreed upon?
Chairperson, Mr. Chairperson, if I may interrupt at this point.
All right, Honorable Dango.
It's just that from a programming perspective, they are now tabling bills as what is important bills and not such important bills. So I think it is how these are going to be identified as to whether they go forward in this term or they be left for another for the next parliament to deal with. So within the given time, if we can understand if these bills are going to be labeled as priority bills, then I think they'll go forward. If not, they will not go forward. Thank you, Chairperson.
Thank you, Honorable Tango. Honorable, I see the hand from Mr. Ngamu. Is that from the department?
Yes, Chair, I'm from the department. Good morning. No, I was just responding, Chair and honorable members, to say a week is fine for us. We would have responded by then. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. We appreciate that, Mr. Ngamu from the department, because I think that is the reason as to why I afforded Mrs. Ngama an opportunity to present on the resumption and the lapsing was within the context of the fact that all the provinces from the negotiating mandate support the bill. Secondly, the proposals in relation to the clauses that are made by provinces, with the work that we did with both the committee secretary and the content advisor, it was quite clear that these clauses, definitely relates to inputs from the public hearing and stakeholders that were processed by the committee, but I guess also by the provinces, and therefore as a result thereof we were then able to cross-reference the concrete proposals from the negotiating mandate and also from the stakeholders that we afforded them an opportunity to comment, but then thereafter the departmental response. So therefore, it will not take long time for both the department and also our offices of state law advisors to find it much more easier to deal with that. Of course, mindful of the fact that one, there is constraints of time because there are other bills that they are processing. Two, now the latest information from Honorable Dango in terms of what the priority bills that will inform I suspect that the sittings that will be taking place between now and the last annual session of the sitting. Maybe from the programming, Honorable Dango, when is the last sitting?
The last sitting, we actually have scheduled now beyond because into December, and that's not been worked out with. There's a programming committee tomorrow. That will deal with the matters. I'll report back after the programming committee meeting tomorrow.
Thank you. Honorable Bratteseth, your hands up.
Thank you, Chairperson. This relates to a programming issue as well. I just wanted to flag the following issue. In our last engagement on the expression, there was a comment from the department that recommended further engagement with the banking sector. Clearly remember that recommendation.
Tim,
Hello?
we are on transport. Are you raising the matter of the public works?
Chairperson, Chairperson, I know we're in transport, but I'm just looking generally now that we seem to have finished with these bills today. The general issue of the general issue of programming for the remainder of the year is that there was a I'm just talking about a programming, just something for you to consider. There was a recommendation from the Department of Public Works that we have to re-engage with the banking sector on the expropriation bill. When I look at the committee for the remainder of this term, and I'm not talking about term as in a 5-year term, I'm just talking about, for 2023, I don't see an opportunity to do that further engagement with the banking sector on certain issues. And so I'm just concerned whether or not that's going to, where we're going to slot that in before we get to negotiating mandates next week and final mandates by 29 November. I just want to flag that issue, Chairperson.
Yeah, complicated our matters. We'll deal with that.
But we can't ignore. But we can't ignore a recommendation from the department, Chairperson.
No. Look, the committee must decide on that. It's not the department that decides for the committee. For one stakeholder, amongst so many stakeholders, let's park that for next week. Honorable members, I guess then having had the advice from members and also from the lawyers from Parliament, let's agree that we will then by the end of the week we would have received the inputs from the department. And we'll appreciate if the three can lies together so that on the 22nd there are no hanging issues in terms of taking the process forward. What we'll also request is that the department must also send those inputs to the provinces, so that at least provinces also have the benefit of when they give us the final mandate to give us their views in relation to that. It's always good to have Honorable Khai because we had an opportunity to deal with the Performance Protection Bill and also the Copyright Amendment Bill in relations to that aspect. I'm inviting him just to say a word or two in relations to the department submitting those comments in relation to proposals of amendment that are made by the department, sending them straight to the department also, while they are also sending them to the provinces, while also sending them to us as a committee, so that we are able to ensure that they also appreciate the benefit of the comments by the department in relation to the proposals that they are making. Honorable Khai?
So what do you want me to comment on, Chair?
No, Chair, I was saying that from the lessons learned when we dealt with the Copyright Amendment Bill and also the Performance Protection Bill, in relation to the point raised by the department of an opportunity presented to them to make comments on the proposals by the negotiating mandates, whether the departments could also send those comments direct to the provinces, so that as they consider their final mandates, they have the benefit of what the department is saying in relation to their concrete proposals, because then it helps us in dealing with the final mandate. It will not be a surprise to the provinces in terms of what the department is saying
what also the state law advisors are saying, parliamentary state law advisors is saying.
Yeah. No, what we did not send the department's responses to department. All that we did was to send a report, because the department's responses are subject to deliberation by the committee.
Yes.
Because if we send them something that has not yet been processed, they may think that is a position, yet it's not yet a position. It's still subject to deliberation or discussion by the committee. So what we did then, after we concluded with the processes, we then send them the provinces the report. But that was before they deal with the voting the mandates. I mean the negotiating mandates, so that when they process their public hearings, provincial public hearings, and they meet and deliberate, they also take into account the report that they would have sent to them with regard to the other public involvement, maybe at a national level. I would put it that way. So usually it's the report, not necessarily the responses of a department.
All right.
Yes.
No, I think it makes things much more easier for us. What we'll probably then do, the responses that the department gave, we will then also just send them to the department, to the provinces, so that in relation to the final mandate, at least they get a sense in terms of the responses that the department gave to the stakeholders in relation to proposals that were made. But on that note, honorable members, let's then agree on this aspect. We are at one, and then there will be a revision of our program, and then. But like as we indicated, we are also running against time. The comfort is that all the provinces are supporting the bills. So in an instances where all the provinces are supporting the bill, it means that the department is mindful of that aspect. That's the first point. Second aspect is that we do not want the bill to lapse, so they don't have time on their side. So that is quite critical, because we are giving them an opportunity just to respond to that. Honorable Dango?
Thank you, Chairperson. Chairperson, I think we should recommend to the NA and to the NCOP programming committees to harmonize the programming that we are going to take forward regarding particularly legislation and bills. In this peculiar period that we are in before the election, we're not sure when it's going to be, but we have a very short period. And that we also inform the provinces of the outcomes of such a programming meeting, so they are aware in their programming to actually take that into account. Thank you, Chairperson.
Thank you for that word of advice, Honorable Dango.
Chairperson.
Let's then agree. Yes, Committee Secretary, can you come in?
Yes, I wanted at least also to reflect on the program, Chairperson, that it's important to remind members that we have sent a revised program, to the House Chairperson due to what transpired when we were dealing with expropriation bill. So then our program has changed. So I wanted to check, Chairperson, that if possible, the department, maybe in terms of that revised program, next week, Wednesday, will they be able to submit, their inputs, before Wednesday, so that we can slot, this meeting next week, Wednesday, because we are going to move the meeting on expropriation to the 25th in terms of, the proposal.
Yes. Let's hear from both Mr. Ngawi and also Ms. Phumelel, Mrs. Ngema.
Chairperson, it won't be possible next Wednesday. Definitely not for me. Because I'll be taking exams. So as I indicated, I was going to try to make sure that by next week, Friday, at least the work is done, but not Wednesday. It can't work, Chairperson.
Thank you, Ms. Ngema, for bringing that to our attention, which guide us in terms of our revised program. We might have to let's talk outside this committee secretary in relation to the concrete proposal that we put on the table. Let's then agree that on the on the negotiating mandates, we are done on these 3 bills, and then allow allow our guests to log out, so that we then deal with the minutes of the previous meeting. And a word of gratitude to yourselves for attending this meeting and for also honoring our invite. Can we deal with the minutes, Committee Secretary?
Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Ngabo.
Enrico? Chairperson?
Thank you. That's the minutes of the 25th of October, where we were hosting the Department of Public Works in relation to the responses that we received from the department. That is the first page, attendance, the attendees. I hope we have captured the attendance of all the members and our guests and also the committee staff. Let's go to the that is the opening remarks. That is the opening remarks.
Chairperson, if I may just ask a question.
Yes.
Why is the DA spelled out in full and the ANC not?
Committee Secretary. That's the question.
No, Chairperson, it's noted that we'll address it.
There's no agenda. Thank you, Committee Secretary. Those are the comments and deliberations that were made. There's just these are the minutes. Any correction that members might have noted that needs to be corrected? In the absence of that, can we then get a move for the adoption of the minutes?
Thank you, Chairperson. Mama Rakhane move for adoption of the minutes.
Thank you, Honorable Rakhane. Can you get a second there?
A second, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Khai, for seconding. Therefore, the minutes of the 25th of October are duly adopted. And let me then, on that note, take this opportunity to express a word of gratitude to all the... Hello, Committee Secretary?
We've got a number of minutes. I think there are 4 or 5.
Well, we have 5. Let me
I'm saying the minutes. Enrico must load all the minutes that are standing.
All right, Enrico?
Chairperson, with your permission, may we be excused?
Yes, Ms. Ngema, you are excused with your team.
Thank you, Chair.
Right. This is the minutes of the 7th of June. It was oral submissions on the economic regulation of transport bill. Those are members that were in attendance, and those are the guests that we have, our stakeholders that were also presenting to us, and that is the parliamentary support staff that is always with us, and the apologies that you are noting there, and then the issues that were covered by the stakeholders. Those are the issues, members. Then we close the meeting when we dealt with the minutes of the 31st of May. The minutes of the 31st May 2023. Any correction, members? In the absence of corrections, can you then get a mover for the adoption of the minutes as a true reflection?
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Honorable Dango moves. Honorable Moshodi seconds. Thank you.
Honorable Person, I second.
Thank you, Honorable Moshodi. The minutes of the 7th June are therefore duly adopted. The next set of minutes. The minutes of the 6th of September 2023, where the Department of Transport was responding to the stakeholders in relation to the economic regulation of transport. Those are the members that were in attendance. The apologies that were noted, you can see for yourself. And then the staff from the Department of Transport, and also our committee, our parliamentary staffs that were in attendance. The opening made by the chair, and then the apologies that we are noting there, and then we are reflecting in terms of the response that were given, and that is the end of the minutes. Can we then get a mover for the minutes to be corrected? Any correction that members would want to make? Can you go up, Enrico? Any correction that members would want to make? In the absence of that, can we then get a mover for the adoption of the minutes of the 6th of September as a true reflection of what transpired, members?
Thank you, Honorable Chairperson. I move for adoption of the minutes.
Thank you, Honorable Khan, for moving for the adoption. Can you get a seconder?
Mama Rekhane.
Mama Rekhane moves for the adoption of the minutes of the 6th of September. What did I say, Mama Rekhane?
Honorable Khai. You said Honorable Khai.
Oh, my apology. Can you get a seconder?
Honorable Khai seconds in that case.
Thank you. I, for seconding the move to adopt the minutes of the 6th of September 2023. Therefore, the minutes is truly adopted. Enrico? This is the minutes of the 20th of September, where the committee was considering the responses from the department in relation to the 3 bills that we have just dealt with their negotiating mandates, the 20th of September. Those are committee members that were in attendance. Apologies also noted. And then our guest from the department, and then the parliamentary staff. As the opening, and apologies. Those are the thrust of the responses that were made by the department. Can note the National Land Transport, the National Road Traffic Amendment Bill, then the Economic Regulation of Transport, and then the deliberations and comments that are made, and then that's the comments that were made by members. Thank you. Any corrections, honorable members, on the minutes of the 20th of September? No hand. Can you then get a mover for the adoption of the minutes of the 20th of September?
Thank you, Honorable Chairperson. Honorable Mushodi, move for adoption of the minutes. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Mushodi, for moving. Can we get a seconder?
Thanks, Honorable Chairperson. I second the mover. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Morhani, for seconding. Therefore, the minutes of the 20th of September is duly adopted. Enrico? This will be the minutes of the 27th of September 2023. It was oral submission on the expropriation bill. By the by the stakeholders. Those are the members that were in attendance. This is the parliamentary staff. This was a fiscal meeting after a very long time. These are the deliberations, members after submission from our stakeholders. We had those are the deliberations that were made, and also the comments that were made. Any correction, members? Can we then get a mover for the adoption of the minutes of the 27th of September?
Chairperson, Honorable Mushodi, I move for adoption of the minutes.
Thank you, Honorable Mushodi. Can you get a seconder?
Thanks, Honorable Chairperson. I second.
Thank you, Honorable Marahani, for seconding. seconding. Therefore, the minutes of the 27th of September is duly adopted. Enrico, this is the minutes of the 11th of October, where the committee dealt with the submissions again on the expropriation bill. Those are members that were in attendance. Those are the guests that were in attendance, parliamentary staff. Opening and welcome by the chair, and the apologies that were noted from. The apology was from Honorable Matebula and also Honorable Mamorakani. They apologize. And those are the issues that were raised by stakeholders. And then that is the deliberations that were made by committee members. Thank you. Any correction, members, to the minutes of the 11th of October? In the absence of that, can we then get a mover for the adoption of the minutes as a true reflection?
Move, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Khaya, for moving. Can we get a seconder?
I second Honorable Chairperson, Honorable Mushodi. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Mushodi. So therefore, the minutes are duly adopted of the 11th of October. Enrico, was that the last?
Yes, Chairperson. That was the last.
Thank you, Committee Secretary.
Rebecca, sorry, Chair. There's still one for the 18th of October.
The 18th, yes, I know that. 18th, the 18th. We have dealt with the 25th, the 18th. Yeah, the 18th, where we're dealing with it was a briefing by the Department of Transport on the marine pollution, and also the Transport Appeal Tribunal. That was done on the 18th. Those are members that were in attendance. And also the apologies, no apologies was noted. And then the guests from the departments. And then the parliamentary support staff. And then the opening remarks. The apology that we received was from the minister. And then the objectives, the benefits, and that is the thrust of the issues that were canvassed from the committee, from the presentations, and then deliberations and comments by members. At the end of the minutes, can we then get a sense as whether is there any corrections that members would want to make? See, there's no hand. Can we get a Honorable Khai? Can you get a mover?
No, I move, Chair. This one was on my end, Dr. Clark's birthday.
Oh, hey, but now that was a silent one. You should have. There we owe you a cake, Honorable Khai and Dr. Clark. No, thank you, thank you. Can we get a seconder?
Thank you, Chairperson. Honorable Mushodi, I second.
Thank you,
Chairperson
thank
will
you.
get your cake tomorrow, and Ms. Clark, tomorrow we're going to get your own cakes.
That's a concrete
Let's
proposal
have it
from.
have it next week, Chair. On
Yeah.
As long as
Yeah,
the
well,
sugar cake is sugar free.
next week, Honorable Shodi, all of us must be in Parliament then. Thank you,
Okay,
Honorable.
fine.
Thank you, honorable members, for ensuring that all the minutes of the committees are processed and adopted, and also the opportunity that you made and infused the content of the meeting, so that as we deal with the negotiating mandates, procedurally we are always on track. We really appreciate your inputs in relation to that. That shows commitment and also your ability to make sure that where there are areas of gaps that must be closed, we close them. Of course, noting the fact that there is an overwhelming support from all our provinces in all the three bills, except except Free State. But definitely, I think it's a matter that we need to deal with. But of course, mindful of the fact that as members have indicated, numerous judgments where the issue of public consultation and public hearings, where the NCOP was severely dealt with and criticized. It's always important that we take such matters very seriously, because it can derail our legislative process. Like as the committee secretary has indicated, we will, from today's meeting, again make a revision to the program, and also with the benefit of tomorrow's programming meeting, I believe we will then be able to make sure that these are finalized. It will not be good to our provinces where there is an overwhelming support of our bills from all the provinces. Then the bill lapses. We will definitely impress upon the department not to derail us in this regard. And on that note, members, the meeting is officially closed and adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Enjoy your day. Thank you, members.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Except when
Recording
these cakes
stopped.
come, they must take into account diabetics.
Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Ambassador.
Finance is
It will
good.
be sugar free.
That's the best.
Bye, Chair.
Goodbye, everyone.